Hello, y'all. Got my mouth full of cookie. mm. Well, we finally made it in here, guys. I intended to come in all week, and each day I said, "Well, wonder what time who does this live and who does that live." And then I said, "Well, I'll just do it Saturday." And then I got thinking about Saturday. Well, I knew MT Homestead did theirs, and a couple of others, and I just had no idea what would be a good time to pop in and do a to do a live, guys. So anyway, here I am. The next week. Didn't get one at all last week. Let me turn this down just a bit. All right, that's a little bit better. Whew. Anyway, guys, nobody's there. Comes Joe Jacobson. Hello, Joe, and how are you? Eastern Iowa. Good for you. Good to see you, Joe. I've been piddling around here today, guys. I had to go to Opelika. Was going to go by and save my friend Week, but she was off doing chores with her sisters. She'll be in here in a few minutes. But anyway, yeah, we had tons of stuff going on, and I have terrible news. I got good news. While nobody else is in here, let me grab this. Got it. I forgot to bring it. Wait a few minutes and let y'all update y'all on Rosie's condition. Rosie's doing good, by the way, guys. She's doing good. Driving me nuts. Bless her heart. Give it a minute or two. Maybe we'll have somebody else come in before I have to, so I don't have to repeat myself so much. Probably nobody expected me. I'm assuming that Robertson's Belly Acres did not do a live, Havita. Is that true? Haven't had any. I didn't see them, and I looked for them tonight. There's Wheat. Hey, girl, how are you? And Charlie. Oh, by the way, can y'all tell? I got Joey to cut my hair, and he cut off about 4 inches of it. I feel like it's a little bit better, but my hair grows so fast. But it is so fine, like baby hair. It's so fine. You can't even see the strands of it. It's so thin. Anyway, so I needed it trimmed. The bottoms were just torn and broke and everything else and all scaggly. So it's true. They are off the air for now, at least. Okay, well, I just had not talked to anybody and didn't see anything show up. And then I actually pulled up their channel and didn't see anything. So I said, well, they must not have done a live. Oh, thank you. Oh, while we're giving a sneak peek, guys, I'm doing a video. I think it comes out at midnight or tomorrow at 12. I'm not sure which, on making this wreath for the door, this fall decoration. But I've just got the wiggles here tonight, guys. Got the wiggles. Rosie's doing so much better. I wanted to show y'all these darn. See these? Those are the kidney stones that were inside of her. Can you imagine? Oh, there's Troy Sutton. Hello from Southern West Virginia. All right, cool. Good to see you, Troy. Yeah, we have been rolling, guys. I've been trying to get out some videos. It has just been so dang hot that my old wore out butt I just can't breathe out there. Rachel texted you Thursday and told her that you were, they were walking away from you to, indefinitely. Maybe later on down the road they would return. Oh, bless their heart. Oh, I hate that, guys. I hate that. Yeah, so poor old Rosie. I mean, I really hate that for them. But poor old Rosie, yeah, she survived. She was so pitiful coming home in the car, y'all. She was laying there, and when I picked her up from the vet and he come out and was talking to me, he handed her to me, and she was like just kind of sitting there shivering, And she was so weak in the car, she couldn't raise her head up hardly. And then she'd lay it back down, and then she'd sit there and shiver a little bit. And then she'd try to raise it up and look at me and wagged her little tail a little bit. She was just proud to be going home, getting away from that place. They were tormenting her there. Yep, but Rosie, yeah, I'm sure Rachel is having a really hard time with that. Her mom's not in the greatest health. And then with her sister passing away, and then with his nephew or whatever having the problems he's had, they've really had it, guys. They really have. And then with the adoption and buying that new farm, I just don't see how they've handled all the stress that they've been under lately. I know it's got to be rough. I know it has. But bless the heart, I hope they come back. I love them both. They're sweet people, and they're a lot of fun to be around too. Yep. Anyway, guys, we have been rolling around here. We had terrible things happen. I don't know if you guys have quail up there in West Virginia and wherever, Iowa. But down here we have quail. They're called bobwhite quail. And the foxes and the coyotes, we've got coyotes here just galore now. They are taking over the place. And they need to start allowing, which I think, if they're getting into your, if they're still getting into, if they're like getting in your garden or attacking your animals, that you're supposed to be able to do something about that. But anyway, here, I bought the bobwhite quail, and I got bobwhite quail. In fact, they were gifted to me, guys. And I was so excited because I had been trying to find the bobwhite quail. Now, there were plenty of the other quail, but not the heritage, the bobwhite quail that we're supposed to have around here. And I mean, they've just killed them off. You don't ever see, when you used to could hear them every night calling out, but you just don't hear it anymore. So I was so excited about getting the quail, and I wanted to start growing them and raising them. I got my incubator, that huge incubator, so I could hatch out 1,000 eggs a day if I wanted to. Every 19 days or whatever it is, 17 to 19 days for quail eggs. But anyway, so I was so excited. I had 20 of them. Well, right away, when I went out to see about them one day, I lost one. It flew out the top about time I opened it up. It must have been standing there like, I'm going to escape. I must when it took off. But anyway, so we had to go to town Wednesday, and they were there Tuesday evening. I checked on them, put in food. That's fine, hon. I know what you was talking about. Yeah, we were, I checked on them, and I knew I needed some more food. We had to go. My friend Vicky, she passed away. I guess I passed that down to you guys. And so we had gone over and seen her husband and to check on him, and went over to Opelika. And when we came back, I said, well, let's stop at the Tractor Supply and let me get some more of this sport birds feed for them, so that I can, oh, hon, I'm terrible. I have to peck too. I'm the same way. You can probably look at my editing skills on my videos and tell I'm not very good at anything, to be honest with you. But anyway, don't know what I'm doing, just flying by the seat of my pants. But we came home, got the quail food. Joey Bass said, well, back the truck up here by the barn, so I have to tote this 50-pound bag so far. And he's been having terrible problems with his shoulders, and I've been having trouble with one of my knees. So dang, we're both like crippled invalids around here. So he backed up there, and I got out of the truck and went around and opened the tailgate on the truck. And when I pulled the bag out, I looked over toward the quail pen, and the door was standing wide open. I went, oh my God. And I run over there. There wasn't a single quail in the pen. I didn't see any dead ones around, and there wasn't a whole lot of feathers. So I am hoping that they escaped. I'm praying that they escaped and survived. They're domesticated. They're born and raised in an incubator or whatever, and been hand fed their whole lives. So I don't know if they know how to survive off of bugs or whatever or not, and bird seed, just grass seed and stuff. Bless their heart. But anyway, I was so devastated. I could not believe it. But we had the barn, you know, the top of those night lights has like a little sensor that tells it when the light is, when it's dark to come on, you know, the sensor changing the light or whatever temperature thing. Anyway, so that thing had gone out, and Joey had been, just when he'd come in at night, he'd flip the light on so that they'd come on and stay on until he went out and cut them back off, you know, because he was cutting them off during the day. Well, that particular Tuesday night, he forgot to turn the lights on, and neither of us caught it. And so he caught it, you know, the next day. But when I went out there and all my quail were gone, I just went, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I was so disappointed. So I don't know if I'll be able to get any more or not. And I knew I needed to replace the gates, guys. And don't give me a hard time about it, because we were working on them. We just hadn't got them on there yet. And the way it looks is that something jumped up on the pen, and all I can figure is a stray dog or a dog from some of the neighbors around here that I know about. And possibly maybe even a coyote or something like that, because the pen was down low enough that a coyote could jump up there. Now, a fox would have, they might could get up there. You know, fox are real wily. But the one gate that I had worried about the most was I had it secured, and the other one just had a little gate latch on it, and it didn't have the spring lock at the bottom. And so whatever jumped up there and opened it had jumped up and I guess hit it just enough to where that little gate latch popped up, because it was loose. And it just, I'm hoping, you know, for hope, since there wasn't a whole lot of feathers, that they mostly escaped, guys. But it was still disappointing, you know. And yeah, my pen was raised up off the ground, Joe. And so, you know, they've been on wire ever since they hatched out. You know, I don't know where they were at before I got them, but I got them, they wasn't but about 4 or 5 days old. So the whole time I've had them, they were in a water trough for a while with the lights and all that. And then after they got big enough, in fact, there's a video of me putting them, if I'm in the bigger pen. And the bigger pen used to be a rabbit pen, and it had the 2 gates that opened side by side. And I had cut out the panels on it, because one time I had divided it off so I could have just the buck in the center there. And anyway, so I had cut little passageway, little half moons on the side so that the quail could run back and forth through the whole pen, because the pen was like 8 foot long, and 2 foot deep or whatever it is, a little over 2 foot deep. But anyway, and it had the 1/4 inch wire on it all the way around. And up underneath the pen, I had put blue trays to catch the poop, and that way I could put it in the garden compost pile for next year. You know, you can't let it go on the gardens like that. Pavita says she has random chickens in her yard for a week now. They eat the bugs and cat food. Yeah, they'll sure eat the cat food, and they'll poop all over your porch too if you got one, hon. But yeah, that's good. I don't know about y'all there. We have ticks here, and thank God we've not had a big problem with ticks this year because of that. You know, they say get what are those loud things? Not pheasant. I'd like to have some pheasant, but no, guineas. They say get guineas, and I've had guineas before, but I just have no luck with them. At one time, we had a overpopulation of raccoons and possums around here, but I put a stop to that. I've just about weeded them out. But anyway, so we have been working so hard to try to keep everything ate down. And yeah, those chickens feasted when the cicadas were out here. In fact, they walked around like, they just laid around in the dust. I mean, the cicadas were everywhere here, you know. It sounded like a I don't know, like a heart. It sounded like a weird sci-fi movie, the sound they made, especially when out in the woods. And, we're pretty far out right here where I am. So, anyhow, oh, goodness. Wrong noisy critters. Yeah, them cicadas are noisy critters too. Yeah, those they're really noisy and they holler all the time. And I guess you'd get used to it. I don't know. I don't know if I would or not because every time I get the egg song out there, I know about it. And I've got 3 little roosters that are growing into being tough guys, I guess. So they've started crowing. And a couple of them are still real pitiful, but one of them's doing pretty good. Vita says she's scared of possums. They don't scare me so bad, I guess, because, I lived out here in the boondocks forever. So I've been around all kinds of critters my whole life. So being from the boondocks and, when we were kids, they said you had to pump sunshine out here. The guys that I had to date, they didn't come but once or twice because it was so dang far out. Oh, thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Anyway, so yeah, we have been trying around here to weed out some of the critters that were eating my chickens, because they were just tearing up my chickens and they were actually reaching in through the wire and getting the turkeys on roost if the turkeys roosted close to the wire. So I had to go in and, because I had them in a chain link fenced in area. And that's when I turned my turkeys loose and just said, I'm going to let them fend for themselves. Maybe they'll get up in a tree or something. And they've done okay so far. We've still got the 2 baby turkeys, guys. I think they're both going to be boys. If they are boys, I have one of them sold already. But we had the 12 and they just dropped off 1 or 2 at a time. It's so hard, especially when it's this hot. And the mom just takes those suckers out there and thinks that they're going to survive, and they have to keep up with her in these tall pastures and everything else. Oh, didn't see a Troy. Yeah, Dan. Oh. He's saying, we'll let y'all comment too. You're so sweet. Yeah, we will, guys. We will. Just post them. I'll do the best I can at keeping up with them. Anyway, yeah, we've been getting it around here. But come back to poor little Rosie. Thank God I had to put them to bed because, guys, I figured, oh, Lordy, they'll be in here showing out. But I'm going to put out a video of it, guys, when I brought her home and her being all, well, she really didn't look that pitiful. She just looks like she's asleep. But anyway, with her coming home. Yeah, probably post one with the poor old, I videoed, went back out there and videoed the quail being gone. So there may be a video with an insert of the quails disappearing anyway. But yeah, we've just been getting it around here, guys. We have been trying our best to get things done. My daughter and her boyfriend are having some little minor scrap, I guess. So she's come back to her house for a little while, even though they're back and forth. So they'll be back together, bless her heart. You know how it is. There's DJ. Hello, DJ. And there's Homesteading Outlaws. Hello. Humid state of Arkansas, baby. It has been so humid here. It has been awful. But today, the humidity was like relatively like 50% maybe. It was not nearly like 89% and all we've been getting. So it just, even though it was in the mid to high 90s, it didn't feel like it was as hot because we didn't have that humidity that we've been having. Heck, in the house here, when I was doing one of these projects, I had to run upstairs and get things, from the craft was one of the bedrooms, but I keep all my craft stuff up there. And I had to run up there and get some things. And by the time I run up there and come back down, I was like getting damp. I said, dang, it's hot in here, but it really isn't. I got the air set on 77 because I just don't want my heat pump to have to work so dang hard. And you come in from outside and 77 feels real dang good. So in here with the ceiling fans going, it feels just fine. As long as you're not doing a whole lot of running around, which is why I was doing. And temperature is in the 80s today, but we have had some good rain this morning. And the sun came out, it became unbearable. I know it. Isn't that terrible? We've been having that for the last couple of weeks. In fact, that's why we didn't have our thing last week, our live last week, because I don't know if it was the weekend before or if it was after that. I think it was the weekend before. So I don't know if I mentioned it in my the week before last live. I can't remember what I talk about, guys. But yeah, we were had some terrible lightning storms, and yeah, we've been having some terrible lightning storms, and it blew my router and my modem. And thank God my modem is furnished through the internet company, so I was able to go and get it. But I had to buy a new router, and guys, it was a Linsky. What is it? What's it called? Lin Systems, whatever. I call it Linsky, but that's not what it is. But the darn router, I had the thing plugged in right, but it just would not mesh with the Wi-Fi. And so finally I called it, Linsky's, that's it. I can't pronounce it. It's not Link Systems, Linksys, I think is how it's actually supposed to be pronounced. But yeah, so I finally called the guys, their techs, and the poor little tech, he was from like India. He spoke really good English. You know, he had the accent, but he spoke really good English, and you could tell he knew what he was doing, but bless his heart, he worked on it with me on the phone with him for over 2 hours. And I'd give him full control of it, I give him my passwords, everything for where I had set it up, and it still wouldn't come in. So we had to reset it about 10 different times and wait on it to resync and all that stuff. And that poor guy, he was as frustrated as I was by the time it was over with. I'm sure he was thinking, what the heck? But that's the way it goes. I mean, and I am not good at editing. I'm not good at, my videos are horrible. I know, guys. I'm working on them. I really am. I'm trying, but it's just one thing after another, guys. And so with that, I just thought, my God, can't they make something that's simple? Because the other one that I had, I just plugged it in, and 2 seconds it was working. And I'm thinking, dang, no problem. But this sucker, it wanted to give me fits. And I mean, I had done got all frustrated, disgusted. I was about ready to start using ugly words. But I refrained, thank God, even when I was talking to the poor guy that was trying to get me to my daughter just sent me a text. She's staying at boyfriend's. Wanted to let me know so I wouldn't worry about her. But anyway, yeah, we've been just working around here. We've got almost all of the deck down. Well, we've got all of it up to where the back of the pool was. The pool is completely gone, took down, hauled off. I was so happy about that, guys. And so that's one less mosquito magnet, because it just, every time it rained, it'd collect just enough water for the mosquitoes to land in and lay eggs. I'm thinking, holy cow, there's Jesus's Lord. Hello. How are you, hon? I saw you drop in. And there's Leonard Mountain. Hello, hello. But y'all, my YouTubers will go up and then they'll drop off. And I lost the 15-minute tiny house video of Wheat's tiny house, guys. And that darn thing I did not realize how many, I knew I had a lot of views on it. I had like 60 something thousand views on that one video. But doggone, guys, when I lost it, I am down to 2,800 watch hours now. So I'm begging for watch hours too, along with that last 20 subscribers. So dang, that's just the way it is. There's Reverend Dream. Hello, hello. Good to see you in here. Oh, glad you're here. Gosh. Yeah, I enjoy your songs that you write. They're really interesting. But yeah, these critters have been something else this week. But thank God, since we've been home with Rosie, all the accidents in the house have stopped. So I guess when she stopped, because she was trying to go every 5 minutes and she wouldn't even make it outside sometimes when she would stop and dribble a little bit. So then I guess Casper was trying to mark his territory behind her. So he was going by and dribbling behind her. And I'm going, holy cow, I was about ready to go nuts around here. I was constantly walking around the house with a mop in my hand, looking for wet spots because, man, you hate to step in them. There's Island Life in Tasmania. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Radio Jonesy there. Good luck. I enjoy your videos. A beautiful place over there. I'd love to come see it someday. I've always wanted to go to Australia. So if I ever get down there, I'm going to go on over to there. And there's another guy that is over there that searches the rivers and streams, that does YouTube that for gold. And he has some really good videos out. I can't even think of his name, but he's on one of my watch lists. But yeah, I love it. And I like your the music videos that you are the entertainment ones that you've been putting out there. So anyway, yeah, we have been trying to get things done around here, guys. Joey's birthday's coming up this week. He'll be 68, I think, I believe. And then my youngest daughter's birthday's coming up. She'll be 38. Her birthday, I think, is the 18th, whatever day that is. Sunday, I believe. Saturday, Sunday, something like that. So we may do something for their birthdays. I don't know if we'll get together or not because, they're in Florida. Well, military, how they do you. Well, they were in Florida. Just moved them from Ohio to Florida 1 year ago. Not even a full year yet. And doggone, if they didn't get orders a week and a half ago, they're moving them back to Ohio. They owned a house there. Now, they are going to be in a different area. So they wouldn't have been able to live in their house that they had there in Ohio, because they sold it. But they've spent all this money on the house there in Florida thinking, this would be their last move because he's been in 17 years. So, they were thinking that this would be their last big move, maybe, or he might have to do a TDY or, something. But the family would not have to move. Well, that's the way it is. Yep, at least they're stateside. That's exactly right. They could have been back in fact, they talked to them about going to Italy, not Italy. Dang, I can't think of where it was. One of the other countries over there and across the pond, guys. Which would have been a little bit closer, guys, a little bit closer for me. But anyway, which I wouldn't have minded. I would have went and seen them there and done some more touring. Y'all know how I am. I got that gypsy blood in me, I guess. If somebody says go, I'm going, how long I got to get packed? And I can throw something together in a minute. Yep. We've been trying to get things going around here for that. So she had a big yard sale this past week, and she just set the stuff out, and people were coming and going through it before she get the labels on it. So finally, she just gave up and said, "Just pay me what you want for it." And she still made over $500 and stuff with people naming their own prices, and that's not counting. She gave away a refrigerator and a sofa, and I don't know what to a guy that didn't have a refrigerator and a sofa. Bless his heart. That had just moved to Florida. And she just gave those away. Did your tour in Germany before the wall went down? Wow, I bet that would have been interesting. Yeah, I've seen part of that wall. It's amazing, guys. It's amazing. It's a beautiful place over there, though. I don't know when you were there. When my kids were there, they didn't have a whole lot of snow the 3 years that they were there. I think it was 3 years they were over there. But they're Air Force, so they're not having to do, he's one of the brains. Thank God. Thank God. But anyway, yeah. So I've heard that, some years over there, they have really horrible snows in that area, but where they were at, they lived off base in a little, over there, they have little islands of communities. I don't know. It's got their own little community name and post office and everything. Oh, bad, -30. Well, they didn't have all that kind of bad weather. In fact, most of their bad weather was, I think, probably 6 inches of snow, which we've had almost that here in Georgia a time or two. So, they were super lucky because the boys were real little. In fact, they would ship them on a regular, the military did. They put the kids on a regular bus and bust them to the base for school. It was unreal. You got preschool and kindergarten, 2 of them. Let's see. Yeah, 2 of them were in school. The other boy was not. He was too young while they were there. But, oh, Lordy, I would have been scared to death put my kids on regular bus. But, that's how they bust all the kids around like that. It was just wild to me. But it's a whole different area over there, a whole different way of life and way of thinking. And they don't have nearly the crime and stuff that we have over here. But if you're over there and you're a tourist and you say, "Hey, policia," or whatever, or they're there and they come around with them machine guns. So I guess if you have a problem and you get in some trouble, you're in trouble over there. They don't have the resorts like we have over here, what we call prisons. Over there, it's pitiful. So retired from the Air Force a few years ago. And his favorite place was Norway. All right, cool. Norway. I don't think I haven't been to Norway yet. Yeah, they don't play over there. My friend they went on a cruise up the Rhine River and all over there, and she was amazed at the way the people live over there in the communities and how the police walk around with the machine guns. Here you see them, they got them on their shoulders. They're holding them in their hands over there, and they will shoot too. When I was over there is when they had the attack on the airport. Was the week that I was supposed to fly out. It was just a few days before then. And during that same time, they had the subway attack on the train down there that Americans, I think it was a former soldier that got cut pretty bad, I think, but he lived through it over there. So, it wasn't the best of years when I was over there, but they were having a lot of unrest, and there was a lot of people coming in, from other countries over there. And the place is pristine over there. It's just so beautiful, so clean. Well, those people were just traveling through there and throwing down stuff left and right. It was just pitiful. So, yeah, they were very upset over there about that. But, there were refugees coming in. And I guess they had nowhere to put it, no home, nothing. They were just coming through. But let's see. Reverend, that's what he says. Being from South Texas, he really indulged in the cuisine and said it was delicious seafood, sardines, and etc. Yeah, they do have some really good food over there, guys. In Holland, they had some really good food because we were right on the ocean. The motel was. If you were in one of those little tiny cars that they drive around over there, you were okay. But if you were driving one of our American cars, you'd have had a hard time getting parked back there because there just was nowhere to park. But one of the motels that we stayed at was an older motel, but it was one of those, really nice one that a lot of people stayed in. And it was amazing to me that the water just would splashed up, and sometimes the waves would come up over the rocks right there into the parking lot where you were parking your car. When the waves were rough, the ocean was rough out there. Oh yeah, please hit that thumbs up. But yeah, they have a lot of seafood out there. It was beautiful. Yep. Anyway, guys, what has been going on with y'all? We have been Sweden is beautiful. Yes, it is. I really liked oh dang. Where the Loch Ness monster, what in the name, what in the heck? Can't think of it. There. Uh, Scotland. I really like Scotland. It had the mountains and all the views and the water, and it was just a beautiful place to me. And the temperatures, were about like they are here, but at least for the last few years there. Some beautiful music too. They had really, I love the music that they have over there. But guys, they do have some beautiful forests. Now, I'd like to go up to the Blackwood Forest, and I did not get to go up on the mountains there when I was in Germany. I was down, and in the parts of Europe that I went to, I was more, I guess, in touristy sections, because you go over there, you want to see certain things that you always heard about, like the Louvre, just different things. So, yeah. The park in Paris where they feed the pigeons. I have pictures of me there with pigeons all over me. And I would love to see I would like to go to one of those clock factories, how they make the cuckoo clocks. I think that would be so interesting. So Leonard Mountain said they just watched William while Marissa was at work today. It was a great day. And watch some videos on YouTube. Okay, good. So I bet that was nice. I saw that you posted I hadn't looked at it yet, but I saw that you had posted I don't know if it was a short or whatever, but the baby was with Papa. Anyway, yeah, the Black Forest. Oh wow. Ovita says that Reverend Dream says she has family from the Black Forest. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I would like to go and see some, to be there long enough to go and see some of the outlying areas too. But I mean, there's only so much time every time you go somewhere. If you go, you only got 2 weeks or whatever. And I stayed in hostels when I went to Scotland, and when I went to see the King's Castle and changing of the guard and all that kind of stuff, yeah, I stayed in hostels, and that was a lot of fun, guys. And what was so funny is I'd watch that movie Hostel. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but it's like a horror movie of people in a hostel that get killed or whatever. But everybody says, after watching that movie, how could you go and stay in a hostel? I said, I've just got a daring, I'm just daring, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, but it was so much fun. Oh, and you were over there for 3 years too. Were you in the Army, Reverend Dream? Oh, yeah, the kids there, they were Air Force. With the Army base and the Air Force base right there where they were at, I think Frankfurt. Is that right? I think that was right. But anyway, they were, the Frankfurt Airport anyway. Yeah, they were just right beside each other. If you wasn't careful, you'd go off of one on the other and not know it. They were so close there. With the ones we were in. Tank Division. Okay. Boy, you were there way back when, in the 70s? I don't know. My ex was in the Navy, and he's passed away now. Got the disease for his kidneys from the Navy. Keep telling my daughter she needs to file them lawsuits, they got going, but she just won't do it. Oh, Weizenbach. What? I can't pronounce that, hon. In the first of the 80s. Okay. Yeah, I know Steve was over there in the early 70s in Vietnam. It was not a nice place. But at least he was in the Navy, so he was on the ships, but still. Oh, with all that stuff going on, he was on the flight deck, so he was constantly out there. In fact, he got burned real bad, and they court-martialed. They give him a court-martialed him and knocked him down a rank for getting blistered out on the deck. Said that he belonged to the U.S. Navy, or he belonged to the government. So you know how they are. Oh. Oh, okay. I see. Buys. I'm still not going to try it. I'm not going to try it, guys. Anyway, look. Girl, you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to wait. You can wait 20 minutes, can't you? Josie's over here stomping her feet. Her food's over there, but Joey picked it up out of the floor to keep the other dogs from eating it. So he set it up on the counter. So now it's up on the counter, guys. If she starts giving me a hard time, I'll have to run over and get it because she'll stomp them little feet and whine and carry on. You would think she was dying. She hadn't eaten a bite in years the way she carries on. But, you know, bless her heart, she's about blind. And she's 14 so years old. So I guess I can't complain about her. Yeah, so guys, dang, I can't believe we've been on here 40 minutes already. Wait says, feed that baby, feed that baby. Well, I'm going to let y'all check out the wreath that I made, and I will be right back, guys. I promise. Here, Mutt. Come on, Jose. Here it is. There. She'll probably turn her nose up at it, guys, because cancel that. Yeah, she'll probably turn her little nose up at it because I've been putting warm milk in it. So she's getting a little bit spoiled in her old age. But, you know, I mean, I have to worry about her because she's so dang skinny anyway. You know, that she don't weigh but 3 pounds. And that was when she was at peak, you know, performance, having babies and all that kind of stuff. So now she probably don't weigh 2.5 pounds. She's really skinny. I mean, not to the point to where, you know, the vet, they want to take her away from me or anything. But to me, she's really skinny. So where I'm always trying to give her little treats, but she hasn't got any teeth in the front of her mouth, and she has a hard time because she's still got some jaw teeth. So then she can't bite down on the food to bring it in. Uh-oh. I lost a comment there. Let me see. Bring this down. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So, you know, it's just been one thing after another going on here. So, Joe Jacobson said his late brother served in the army in Germany in the 1990s for 1 year. Yeah, poor Chris, he was afraid. My son-in-law was afraid that they were going to send him to China, you know. And so he was real proud when they told him because he got made rank. And he's like, there's only one other rank, and that's chief. So, you know, he's up there at the top. He's not the 1%er because that would be chief, but he's at the 2%er range, I guess you'd call it. So he was so worried that they were going to send him to China, and then the kids would be here. You know, the whole family would be here, and he'd be over there at least a year before he'd come back. So thank God for that. Joe Cool. Oh, yeah. Guys, I've been enjoying your videos. That's Homesteading Outlaws. I've been trying to watch them, and I try to remember to comment, but a lot of times I'm watching them, I'm kind of letting them run, and I'm running back, and I've got the volume up so I can hear them, but I'm kind of doing other things too, so I don't catch everything that goes on them, guys. But I try before they're over to go in and make a comment if I possibly can. You know, I mean, there's only so much you can do. He was sent back a Commodore 64 computer when he was about to return stateside. Oh, wow. That was a big thing back then, you know it. Gosh, that was, even now, those are pretty nice computers. So I bet he did. Yeah, the computers you buy now, you know, these dang things don't last but about 2 or 3 years, and then they're out of date. So, you know, this one will probably really took a crash about another 6 months or a year. I keep expecting it any time, especially when I don't know what I'm doing with the darn thing anyway. Scared to death to try anything new. You know, I'm afraid I'm one of those old school people that if you touch something, it's going to disappear and you don't know how to get it back. Everybody says, oh, it's still there. Even if you do delete something, it's still there. You can get it back. And yeah, you got to take it to somebody who knows how to get it back, though, and pay for it. So anyway, I'm just not adventurous when it comes to doggone computers. Yeah. So, yeah, we've been getting it around here, guys, getting things done. It has been so doggone hot. I'll go out there and pull 6 or 8 boards off the deck, and then I'll run back in the house, sit in here and cool off because I can't breathe out there in that heat. Then my doggone knees, I had the torn stifle muscle in my left knee. Well, dang, it's good now. It's my right knee that I haven't had any surgery on that's giving me a hard time. And it just gives away, goes away, or collapses on me or something at times. So I have to be real careful. And walking up and down stairs or steps is not real easy for me anymore. And I know I'm overweight, guys. I know I'm about 20 pounds or 25 pounds, maybe 25 pounds heavier than I ought to be. And I need to lose weight, but when you have the lupus and they give you all these steroids, it's hard to get this swelling weight off of you. And makes you look like you're pregnant. Your face is all puffy and your belly and arms are puffy looking, This part of it. I'm so used to it now. Ellen Townsend said, this lady is such a sweet person. Hope to see her at the next car show. By the way, I'm a roofer and I know all about that heat. Oh, doggone. Alan, thank you. I can't see how you can stand it. Roofing, holy cow. I mean, when they roofed my house, they put tin, and I had the silver tin, the regular old whatever, aluminum, whatever looking tin put on my house because it's an old farmhouse. I wanted it to look, like an old farmhouse. When I took the original, well, when I replaced this last roofing, they had to put in plywood because it still had some old shake shingles on the roof of it. That's how old this is. So, Alan, thank you for popping in. Yes, I have really enjoyed going to the car shows and posting the little minute or less videos, trying to spotlight people's cars. And we've really enjoyed doing this. So I'm going to keep doing it. Not very good at it. Sometimes I forget, or, I think I video it, like I put one out today, and I think I got the guy's name right, but I'm not absolutely positive. So I said, I believe this is who this car belongs to, because you think that you've got it, the camera set to where it'll pick it up, but sometimes it's still far away and I can look at it and then I have to get a magnifying glass and look at it again, trying to figure out if I'm reading it right, so hopefully everything's done. But they're going to have some huge car shows coming up in September and October, and I'm hoping to go to them. They got one in Noonan, Georgia that's coming up, and it's supposed to be a really big one. And then they've got one up in Franklin, Georgia. So we'll see how those turn out, guys. I'm hoping to be able to video those too. So the car shows are a hit around here. A lot of people like seeing just the little quick checkout. And what did y'all think about that Cranbrook? Had any of you ever seen a Cranbrook? I've never heard of a Cranbrook. So I was amazed to see the car. Well, I think it was like a 52. I don't even remember now, but it was a Cranbrook. I'd never heard of one. And so I looked it up thinking, I must have wrote this down wrong, because I was trying to, write it down and stuff and all. And I said, gosh, what is a Cranbrook? And I looked it up, and it was definitely it's a classy looking car, guys. It is very nice. And a lady here in LaGrange owns it. So I was really surprised. I figured it must have belonged to her family or grandparents or something. Anyway, trying to build a house in the middle of summer and feel like it's 118 degrees here in South Texas. Yeah, I feel so sorry for poor Jared. At least they were trying to put the siding on their house on the shaded side when they were starting out with the siding. Bless their heart. And yeah, I was working on putting out some more because we're going to be gone this weekend, and I wanted to make sure I had a car to put out, each day while I was gone anyway. Well, I may not be gone the whole weekend, but I was trying to get ahead, so anyway, guys. But Alan, yes, I appreciate that. Are you from around here, Alan? Where are you from? I'm in Georgia, LaGrange, Georgia. Anyway, guys, yeah, we had to, how I'm always rushing around. There's something going on here all the time. So I rushed into the shower, and my hair was still a little bit damp when I got here, so I looked a little rough. This is part of it with me. But yeah, we had a great time. And those car shows, that last one that I've been doing most of my shorts on was, gosh, it was down there and it was like 100 degrees that day. We had a guy fall out, an elderly person. You know, I'm elderly, but I mean, this man was pretty elderly. He had to been at least in his late 70s, I think. And bless his heart, he fell out and they had to come get him with an ambulance. So I really hated that for him. But anyway, yeah, Rosie is doing great. She is jumping around here like a little, let's see, almost hot enough at that rate to melt the vinyl siding. Yeah, I bet it is very limber. That's for darn sure. You know, it's probably even sags a little bit. And I know they're being very meticulous about putting it up there. Okay, Alan is from Columbus, Georgia. Alan, I think I spoke to you when I was at that car show. I believe I recognize you. I think you and your, or the guy that was with you were there and had two cars together, I believe. Anyway, or not together, but you had both had two cars side by side there. Anyway, yeah, you may not be him, but I believe that's you're who I was talking about. But yeah, I've really enjoyed the cars, putting them out there. You know, I thought about it for a long time, and you know, I'm really not stuck on one single thing. I really like doing the tiny houses, but I like doing the cars too. And so maybe if I ever get monetized, guys, and get this channel going good, I will be able to, you know, kind of branch off, and I'll have one that'll be just car shows and motorcycle shows and like bike, maybe Harley old swap meets and things like that, and car swap meets and things. And the other one will be tiny houses, or you know, they maybe have the home channel that'll be mostly farm stuff. So man, we'll see how it goes. Thank you, DJ. I hope you're playing some of mine, because I've lost my one of my major videos was Wheat's tiny house. If you guys have not seen that tiny house, I can't remember the name of the video, but it's it pops up right regular out there, and it's a 16 by 32 metal storage building that they turned into a tiny house for her. And it's about 16 minutes long, but I lost her video. And so, I mean, I didn't lose it, but it dropped off. It's been a year. The time has gone, you know, it's been a year since I posted that video now. And so when I dropped it, I lost over 1,000 watch hours. I didn't realize how many watch hours were from that one video. But so doggone, I am now really busy trying to catch back up with some videos, trying to get some watch hours out there. So I'm probably going to be doing some pop-up lives. And Alvita, if you don't get in there, honey, that is okay. Don't worry about it. I know you work. And, you know, the rest of my moderators hardly ever show up. I know they're busy too, and they help with so many, and you're the main one, bless your heart. So I just want to let you know that if you do come in and pop up, don't worry about it. If I do a pop up, anyway, I know 20 more and I'll have my 1,000. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to go. I have not done it yet, but I've been posting some video, some cars. Well, I have some car videos. I don't know how many of them I've been posting, but we're from Cotton's Transmission, which is a business right up the road here. And he has got all kinds of old signs, and I want to go over to his business and video all his old signs, and then maybe do another video of all his classic and antique cars he's got, because he has got tons of them. So that would be a really cool video, guys. Joe Jacob said he needs 998 to hit 1,000K. Okay, so you just started a channel, Joe. I'll have to check you out. So, wow, you've got 2 subscribers. Hey, I remember when I didn't have but 1. So, hey, Oh, you don't have any content yet either. Oh, well, you know, if you got 2 subscribers, you're doing good because I didn't have any when I started mine. I never posted anything. I had a TikTok one, but it don't even have it listed, and it just had little short farm videos on it. So I may go back and start posting more on it and adding it to my channel and try to get subscribers on it. I really haven't worked at it. But you know, when TikTok, you have all of these questionable ladies, and they may be perfectly nice ladies, but the ones that are half naked in their videos, and they come up there and they want you to subscribe to them, and I know they're trying their best just to get subscribers too, you know, to try to get, because they say that it pays really good, but doggone, it's hard for me to click on them. And so, you know, they want to friend me, but in turn they want me to friend them, and I hadn't done it yet, so I don't have that many subscribers on there either. Oh yeah, Amy, I will get there. I'm not stressing about it. There for a while, I was really pushing, trying to get there, but now I'm just going to sit back and not worry about it. But yeah, they got talking about the old signs. I've only got about 5 minutes, guys. But talking about the old signs over at Randall's place. I mean, he has got every old car gas station sign that some of them I've never even heard of, and he's got them all set up where they'll light up. Now I did video them. But dang, I videoed them lit up, and it put a glare on the camera with them lit up. It did not video them good. So I'm going to have to go back over there and do that video again. But I'm looking forward to it, guys. I really am. And, Javita really likes the old Coca-Cola signs. Yeah, he's got some of those, but now he's got the old signs, you know, business signs, whatever. So I'm sure he's got some Coca-Cola. Well, I know he's got some Coca-Cola ones, but anyway, but he ain't no telling how much money he's got in signs. And he's all of his signs that he's got out along the road that light up. He's built these huge frames, you know, to hold them up there. And so it's just cool. You drive through the drive and you see all of these dang signs from his place is probably a quarter mile off the road, and you're driving down through there, and the signs on both sides of the road as you're going down. So it is a cool old place. And then he's built a whole nother garage on his place just for his vintage antique, whatever vehicles that he's got. And he has a whole crew that just works on his vehicles, you know, so he's doing good for himself. Bless his heart. We went to school together. I'm real proud for him. So anyways, I'm going to try to get over there sometime soon and see when he's not real busy, and see if I can talk him into letting me video his vehicles that he's got in the process of working on, and the ones that he's already got that he's restored or has restored. And then maybe do look around at all the signs that's inside of his shop there. And so anyway, guys, we've only got a few more minutes, but Javita has not told me yet, but I know we've only got a couple of minutes. So I wanted to tell you guys, I love you guys, and try your best to be nice to people, because we don't know what those people are going through. And I know a lot of times people are just mean and hateful, and that's just the way they are now, because, you know, people weren't raised like I was. I like Zach Rushing, the ball player. He has a channel, and he will give it just like it is down here in the South. It is so funny. And he said them people didn't get a board on their butt. He said, I can tell they were not introduced to the board. And a lot of his problem is, a lot of people's problems nowadays are they didn't get introduced to a stick or board, a switch, whatever, often enough. But anyway, that's my opinion, and I'm gonna stick with it, guys. But I love y'all. I am glad that all of you popped in tonight. Please hit that like button. I'm glad you left me comments. Share me out if you can. Trying my best still. I'm still working at getting that last 20 and put my videos on my playlist on and let it run some so I can get my watch time hours back up. I was shocked that I lost 1,100 watch time hours just from Waits one video. But I am so happy, guys. And it was so funny. And may go down and do a new video of her place. She's done a lot of work around there on her yard and her garden, and her and Charlie. And she just loves that Charlie to death, bless his heart. But anyhow, I am going to pop on out of here. I've only got like a minute left, so I'm going to pop on out of here. I love you guys. I'm glad you popped in, and y'all come back next week, and maybe it'll be more fun than this. Bye. Get up here and get it off.